Hey, welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamers gaming session for D&D. I'm Ranger J 1999, part of the RSG crew. Glad to have everybody here on a Labor Day weekend. I brought along the guys. We're going to do some D&D. We're going to continue our saga in the Forgotten Realms. Joining me, of course, is my side... I don't know what you call him anymore. I guess traveling companion in life. Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman.
Hello, peoples.
Hello, Dr. Finn. He's not wearing his hat today. He's not showing anything. It's just my ugly mug on the screen. So welcome to the land of Faerun as we continue our D&D campaign. Real quick, just to get through the mechanisms. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps support the channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. It really does spread the word about our D&D campaign. Spread the word if you can. If you haven't checked out our Patreon already, please do. With that, let's everybody introduce themselves and the character they were playing. We do have one absent who will be here soon, and that is Andrew, who will be playing, I want to say, Yusef the Dwarf Cleric. So he will be here when he can. And we'll go around the corner, start with you, Dr. Finn, of who you're playing, and name and class you're playing.
So I am Oregon, and I am a Gnome Bard level 5.
There you go. Grim, go ahead and introduce your character.
I'm playing Grim the Rogue, and I have a mild hangover.
Okay. Corinth?
I'm Valerian, your half-elven Genasi wizard.
All right. John?
I'm playing as Rogue Garrus, the Dwarven warrior.
All right. And Teals?
I'm playing as Celestra, Wood Elf female, and I'm working on a hangover for the future.
Word. All right. Let us get into a recap of what happened last week. So last time, our adventurers traveled from the Emerald Sea, the coastal city, on one of the sea passes in Cormyr. They headed south. They were on their way to Zuzel, the capital. Oregon had gotten a new fern, which he named Fern, which led to much discussions. They decided that they wanted to call themselves the Ebon Shade. They arrived in Zuzel and went to the Temple of Lyra, which Andrew's character, Yusef, is a cleric of Lyra, where much music and dance and rejoicing and fun was had. Everyone danced, Finn played organ, played music, and there was much rejoicing and a good time was had. The next morning, McGarvin, who is a traveling character that I play, part of the group, disappeared. And they tried to find out where he had gone, but to no avail. They were not able to track his location other than he had jumped out the window, and that's all they knew. That being concerned, they continued their mission, which was a task they had been set on by the mistress, and so they decided to do some recon. At that time, Rogaris decided that he wanted some new attire and purchased a helm of many languages and a cloak of protection from a local nearby wares. Morgan did some scouting along the wharfs and was able to scout out all the locations for the different families and their wharf operations and all the different operations there. The rest of the party went into I believe the Laughing Lass, where they just were kind of scouting out Micah's Traylon, but they did not approach him. Once that was all done, Morgan came back. They decided that they were going to go meet up with the mistress's contact in her household wharf operations. There they met up with Traxlin, who told them the background that there had been interference from House Traylon in their kind of underground stuff. He didn't get into the details other than saying that they seemed to always know what was going on and that they kept stopping the shipments from happening. But wanted to get more information. Morgan used his contacts through his background to know where to go. And sure enough, it was the Laughing Lass where they went back to and hooked up with the half-elf. Didn't give a name or anything. Just said that he would set up in a meeting the next day at the same location to speak with someone about maybe a little bit more of a background on what was happening. So they decided to go back to the Temple of Lyra, where they were guests by Denton, the high priest there. They all had rooms. They had all bedded down for the night. When last we left, we had Valron, who had set up a perimeter like he always did, and was basically alerted to the presence of a shadowy figure entering his room. And that is where we begin today's campaign. And I need
Dun, dun, dun.
I need to grab my stuff. Give me a second here. I had moved it for a second, so let me grab my dice and my books.
Something strange in the wizard's room.
Okay.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. Oh, sorry.
Man, Carbon.
Come on, Ebb and Shade. What are we playing right now?
That's right. We're playing D&D.
Team Asthma.
Somewhere you feel a punch to your gut by an invisible hand, fan. You take 900 damage and die.
Hooray!
There was much rejoicing. I'm going to get my dice out. I'm going to go, before we go back to Velron, I want to know, are you guys all in separate rooms, or was anybody bunking up together? I think you had said, Oregon, that you and Morgren
Correct.
were...
I was in the same room as Morngrim, who had trapped, I think, the doors and the windows, right?
Just the front door.
Yeah.
Said.
Just the front door.
Yep.
And then I took our missing friend's room in case he came back for any reason.
Okay.
Oh, just for future reference, after shit goes down, I'm gonna start booby trapping the windows too.
All right, and then John, you were with Andrew, or were you in a separate room with Rogaris?
I thought I had been in a separate room.
All right, so we're gonna start with you. I need you to roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Good job, guys. Leave the wizard alone.
And let me know what you get. Let's see what you get. Let's look here. You got a 15 and a 10. All right, you do not hear anything because you were, like you always are, you're a deep sleeper.
Snoring away.
Yeah, just snoring away, just happy-go-lucky. You, hold on a second. All right. I'm assuming you don't sleep in your armor?
No.
Okay. You are awakened to a sword going into your stomach. And you take immediately... Let me figure out the damage here. Nine, 12. So you take 12 points of piercing damage, and I need you to roll a constitutional save for me.
$19.
All right, you save 8. All right, you take 28 points of poison damage as well.
Holy crap.
Half because you saved to 14. And you are not poisoned. All right, and
So it's 40 points total?
No, 14 plus 12, so 26.
Okay.
And he's going to strike at you again. 10, 16. He does hit you. So that time you only take 9 points of piercing, and you're going to have to make another DC. Roll another Constitutional saving throw.
17.
Alright, you took 21 poison damage, reduced to half, so that would be 11. 11 points of poisoning damage, and you were not poisoned. Now. Alright.
Ouch. So I'm
Assassination
at 14.
attempts tend to do that.
Yeah.
I am at 14 points left.
Alright, there's a surprise round still, so we go to... we go to Oregon and we go to Morgren. Roll perception with disadvantage.
Can we use luck on this one?
Yes, you may. Only on the lowest roll.
How does luck work? On the lowest one, and then you
roll
still
it
take
again.
the lowest one after?
Right. Yeah. Well, so you have disadvantage on the perception. So whatever the lowest one you roll, you can roll it again. See if you get a better score. So I'll tell you what to do. So go ahead and roll a perception check. All right. So if you want,
I'm glad I used that.
all right. So you can roll a luck on the lowest perception. See what you get, Finn. But you have to take it no matter what happens. So both of you roll luck.
So 13 for me.
17.
Okay. Finn, you see the two guys coming in. Before the guy can get to you, you can react to him. There's two gentlemen entering your room. And you have a chance to react. You rolled a 13, Grim. Was that adding your perception? What was your perception bonus with
my
it?
perception is 0.
Oh, your perception is 0. Oh my god. Okay, so 13. Finn, you can react. What do you want to do? He who is Oregon.
Sorry, it would help if I unmute myself.
Yeah.
Sorry. There were 2 people coming in, you said?
Yeah, one is standing next to Grim, and the one was coming toward you. But basically, you woke up to them coming through the window, so you're awake and aware that these two gentlemen, completely clad in black, faces covered, coming to you. This guy's got his sword drawn. The other one's standing over Grim. He hasn't made a move yet, but you can react before they do anything.
I am yelling as loud as I can.
All right, so that's a bonus action to yell. Anything you want to do?
I'm going to... hold on, let me make sure I know exactly what this does before I... 1 second here. So besides yelling, I'm going to start screaming insults at the guy that's coming towards me. So I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on him.
All right. Is it a spell or save?
It's a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. And what's your DC?
15.
All right. You hit him with that. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. So he takes 1d4 damage and now has disadvantage on his next attack roll. And 4. So he takes 4 psychic damage and takes disadvantage on his next attack roll. Actually,
it's one hell of a migraine right there.
It's a 5th level. Hold on. He takes 2d4. Hold on 1 second.
Roll again. Then.
There we go. 7 damage.
Hashtag triggered.
Yeah.
Yelling gnome. All I am is a yelling gnome. Just yelling profanity and hurting people.
7 total.
Yeah, 7 psychic damage and disadvantage on his next attack roll.
All right, Grim. So you were awakened by Oregon screaming. So you're gonna have to roll initiative against this guy. So roll your initiative.
Oh Jesus, that's low. An 8.
Oh my God, you guys. He gets first attack on you. However, see. You are aware of him, so he does not get any bonuses, but he does have his... And I'm assuming, are you in your... What are you sleep in, just regular clothes, or...
I wear leather armor, so I'm guessing I could probably get away with sleeping in it, because usually leather armor is flexible and not bulky.
Sure. All right, so you're just used to
But, I mean,
like
if
all right.
And I do have uncanny dodge, so
you're gonna need it.
I do plan on
He just
using
rolled a crit on you. All right, so you take 13 points
It was
of
nice
damage.
knowing all of you.
So 13 points of damage, and then 24 poisoning damage. Now you're gonna need to make 2 saving rolls here. You can roll. He's gonna try to cut you since you reacted to him. So Roll a Constitution saving throw to resist the poison.
That's a 12.
All right. Actually, all right, you are poisoned to take the full amount. Well, you can't uncanny dodge, so we could. So do your uncanny. If
well, uncanny dodge just halves the damage from the attack that I can see. It says starting at 5th level, when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half the attack damage against you. That's all it says.
So the attack damage, half that, right? And then the poison damage, you take the full effect. Because it is poison, right? It's just a poison save. So even though...
Okay, so I take 7.
7 and then 21.
And I'm out.
How many hit points
I'm at 0. 28.
You only have 28 hit points?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm a rogue, dude.
Thought you had more than that. All right. You see Oregon. We'll get back to you in a second. Oregon, you see your... Grim reacts just a little bit slower from your yell. He gets cut. It doesn't look like he gets cut too bad because you've known him to see him dodge out of the way, and you see him just collapse back into the bed, and he is unconscious. He does not look good. We'll get back to you guys in a second. Tails, make a perception check. With advantage because you are in a meditative state listening for stuff. Oh yeah. You hear... Nothing's happening in your room, but the next room over, you hear sounds... You hear Oregon yell.
Alright.
What do you do?
I'm going to conjure a pack of 8 wolves with conjure animals, and I'm going to send them all into that room.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, okay.
Alright. Alright, so you do that with no problem. So these 8 wolves appear out of nowhere, and momentarily they freeze, and then they're like, you give them the command, they go running over to the next room to get in, and the door's shut, and I think it's locked, Morgan?
No, I mean... I just booby trap it to where, like, it's a string with a bell. Okay. It makes a noise.
Well, the wolves don't know how to open doors, so they're attacking the door trying to get in, but they cannot get... You hear... Well, you don't hear this. Oregon, you hear this. You just hear all of a sudden this pack of angry-sounding animals on the outside trying to bust in, right? So... Yeah. The wolves are trying to get into the door.
Sweet.
Andrew. Back to you, Valron. You were awakened by this, so I need you to roll initiative for you see a guy coming into your room.
Okay. I mean, I was be in a trance state if I could, because we were kind of prepared for this.
Well, yeah, but you get a chance to, he is trying to be stealthy and sneak in, but he didn't realize you had a magical effect on, so you have to roll initiative against him because he's still coming at you. It alerted you. So roll initiative for me. All right. Well, this guy, you have the initiative on him. You're sitting there in your bed, cross-legged, or however you want to be doing your elfish meditative stance in trance, and you hear the alarm goes off. You're waiting for him. What do you want to do?
I want to cast this spell.
Well, I would hope so.
How do I drag it into the chat again? I haven't figured that one out yet.
Just tell me what it is.
I'm hitting you with Thunder Wave
just
at
click
level
on the
3.
Spell.
I tried. Yeah, I just brought up the spell to me.
Thunder Wave. So it will push him back. What's the Constitution saving throw against that?
And I'm doing it at level 3, so I'm bumping it up to the next level.
Okay, so you're doing Thunder Wave.
And con saving throw.
Con saving throw. All right, so go ahead and roll your damage. Is it halved if they make the save, or what's it do? I'll look it up.
On a half, they take the save and they aren't pushed.
They don't take any damage?
They take half and they don't move.
Yeah, my goal, obviously, is to try and push him back out the window. But if he saves, he doesn't fly out the window.
Okay, so he did save, but roll your damage.
All right.
Let me see, Thunderwave. Thunderwave!
Should be 2. Oh, you got it upgraded, so it's a couple d8s.
Yeah, 3d8, right?
Yeah, 3d8. Were you doing it second level or third level?
Third level.
That's 48.
You want me to just roll one more or roll all again?
Roll one more. Add the total damage because I have to. So 8, 11, 17 halved is 9. So he takes 9. All right. I just want to see something real quick. Thunderwave. Good God. So many S spells.
Right. And it says anything unsecured, object-wise, in that area are completely pushed away.
Well, there's really no objects, and some
and there's a loud noise too.
Yeah, so there's a loud cracking, boom, and
that should wake everybody up. Also, have a chance.
Between that and my pups banging on a door.
Yeah, that wake up everybody in the whole freaking building.
All right.
That's even better. Get the priest up here.
Audible to 300 feet. So
I'll be right back.
The entire congregation knows that something is going on, and besides the wolves going out there. All right, Rogaris, I need you to roll initiative.
17.
All right, he got the drop on you, so he's going to make an attack against you. What's your AC?
19.
He misses. Oh, you're not wearing your armor though, right?
No.
What's your dex modifier?
It's 13 total.
13. Okay. Well, it's I think it's what's your AC? AC is your. Look it up real quick. Plus dex, so yeah. So yes, at 13, so he's gonna hit you again.
Oof.
You take 10 points of damage. And if ever dwarves are resistance to poison.
I think they get a bonus against it. I don't know if they're resistant. I'll check right now.
I'm looking it up right now.
I don't see anything about that.
I thought you did. Let me look.
You have advantage on saving throws against poison, and you have resistance against poison damage.
Oh, cool.
It's called Dwarven Resilience. It should be on your character sheet, I think, if you copied everything.
I'm trying to read through it all now.
Yeah, so poison damage against you is halved, and you have advantage on saving throws against it.
So, did you take full damage that last round from any of that?
I thought it was halved.
It was half already, so let me...
I mean, after
he
this
probably
10
takes
points,
half
I'm down
and
to
half,
4
right?
points, so.
So I think instead of 14 points of poison damage, he takes 7.
7, yeah.
Let me look at that. Let's figure it out.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
All right.
No, you're still dead. It's okay.
So take an additional. You saved, and the damage is halved against you as well. So I don't remember what I said. You took those previous 2 turns, so half that damage as well for the poison. So get some of your hit points back.
Yeah, I think you took 14 poison last time, so it should have only been 7. I think
only 7. So give yourself 7 back, and then I think you've been poisoned the other time for like add additional 8. I can't remember. So all right.
Okay.
So he's got he just hit you for, let's do it again. 3, so 5, 8 points of damage, and then roll a Constitution save to see if you resist. If you do resist it, then. You'll take half and then half. If not, then you'll just take half. 8, 4, 10. Well, you have advantage on these checks, so 21 you do.
Yeah, okay.
16. 27 is 13, halved again is 6 points of damage. Dwarves are resilient, man. He's going to try to strike you again. He misses. He rolled a 4. All right, it's your action. What do you want to do?
He's on top of me, I'm guessing, right? He just stabbed me through the gut with a sword?
Yeah, he's stabbed you a couple times.
I guess I'm going to try and reach his throat.
Go for it.
While I'm yelling out.
You're going to try to grapple him?
Yeah.
Roll a strength check. He will try to resist that, and he does not. What'd you roll?
6.
Well, you beat him. He rolled a 4.
Woo!
So you now have him grappled, and he can no longer move. So, anything else? You can attack him if you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to try and rip his throat out.
All right, roll to attack.
No, this is going to be an unarmed attack since I can't grab it with my weapon.
Just your strength ability.
Have
22.
Any of you guys...
22 hits, so you will roll a d4 and add your strength.
That's the strength number in the box or the strength number in the circle under the box?
The plus. So your strength has a bonus, right? In the top left, it should be like, whatever your score is, and it gives you like a +4 or 5, whatever. Add that to do a d4 roll.
Should be a d4 plus 3 for you.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your strength?
3.
So +3. So 7. You do 7 points of damage and you're choking him out. All right. So you not only did you grapple him, now you have 2 attacks?
Yeah.
You can do it again if you like.
Another 7.
No, it's to strike, not damage. If you hit, we'll say your damage is 7, but go ahead and
roll another strength.
Right.
21.
Hit him again, so he takes 14 points of damage in total. Very nice, even unarmed.
Shouldn't they have been crits?
For you, 20 is a natural crit, so you didn't actually roll a...
Well, 19 and a 20 are a natural crit for
me.
You
have a strength of... So, actually, you rolled an 18, plus 3 is 21. The other 18 is 15, plus 3 is 18.
Okay.
So, you hit him pretty good. He's sitting there... As you, like... You punch him in the throat the first time, right in the Adam's apple, and then you just reach out and grab him by the neck, and he actually reflexively lets go of one of his swords and puts his hand up to yours because in a round or two he could be unconscious because you're choking off the air to him. All right.
I'm sorry, that whole scene right there with him grabbing a hold of the quote unquote ninja reminded me of the scene from Speed Racer.
Yeah, you know what? I fell on.
Oh God!
Yeah, the guy you did, he didn't get pushed back or anything. He was momentarily stunned. I didn't get a chance to roll an attack on him on you. Sorry about that. Because I was so looking at this. Let's go back to see if he hits you. What's your AC right now? No, not you, Valron.
Oh, okay.
My AC would probably is it?
What if you're wearing your stuff? Then it's just whatever your AC is on your sheet. Because you were kind of
14.
Prepared. 14? All right, he hits you for 4 points of damage. Make a Constitution saving throw. Valron, make a Constitutional saving throw. There you go. Yeah, you resist it, so you take 10 points of poisoning damage as well. He's going to try to hit you again. Oh God, he rolled a 1. I guess his head's still ringing. All right, so we did. All right, we did not roll initiative last round, did we, Finn?
Nope.
All right, roll initiative. You see the first one turn around from finishing off Morgan. And before I do anything, Morgan, I need you to roll just a d20. Don't add anything to it. This is a death saving throw.
What was that again? Which saving throw?
No saving throw. This is just a death saving throw, so you just roll a d20. All right,
19.
That's one successful save, so go ahead and mark that on your sheet. All right, just as the other guy that did Morgan is turning around to come at you, Finn, with his buddy. He thought he had initiative. All of a sudden, you see this black whirl of something come flying in the door and attack him, and hits. And if you want to roll a perception check, you can, Finn.
Yeah. Okay. I think I know what is going on, but 15.
Yeah, you see that it's McCarvin, and you rolled well enough that you can see that he is beat up a little bit, but he comes in, attacks this guy, and just stuns him, and then he's going to roll flurry of blows. He misses, hits, and hits. So he does an additional 20 points of damage against that dude. Jesus. And the guy is stunned, so he can't do anything. All right, your guy. You have initiative on the guy in front of you. So what do you do?
Where is Morngrim compared to where I am?
He's on the bed across the room. It's a spacious room, but he's on the bed.
Can I get there in a move?
You would give an attack of opportunity against the assassin if you do that.
Do you have disengage?
He got close to me. I thought I hit him with my mockery thing.
Oh yeah, you did hit him with that. So he is what? He is stunned, or he can't do anything, right?
No, he just had disadvantage. So he took 7 psychic damage.
Right, he can still attack you. He's grabbing his head like and stuff, but he can still swing at you with disadvantage.
I'll risk it. I'm gonna go, but I can make it to him in one move.
Oh,
right?
yeah, easily. It's only like 15.
So I'm gonna move over to Morgan.
All right, so he's gonna roll his attack. That's the lowest one. What's your AC?
13.
It doesn't matter. It's 11. He missed completely. So you get over to Morgan.
Okay, and then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds as a 3rd level spell.
All right.
On Morgan.
Okay.
So he is going to get 3d8 plus 4. Okay. Uh, 22 hit points back to Morgan.
Morgan, you wake up and you're like, ugh.
Mother.
And and then, as part of my bonus action, I'm going to say, come on, Morgan, we need your help. And he's going to be inspired now.
All right.
So you have inspiration now, Morgan. So whenever you want.
A D8, right?
Yes, a D8 now. On any
attack or saving
roll, or if you want to, you can add it to an attack roll as well.
All right. But you have to wait till your next turn. So that's your turn. So the guy that you just got patched is like, well, you little shit. He's going to attack you. He has disadvantage. He misses. He's going to try again. He actually hit you this time, Oregon.
Well, he has to catch me, right?
Oh, yeah. He has disadvantage. Never mind.
No. I mean, he has to run, right? So does he get
he has 2 attacks, but he could easily come to you. It's not that big a room. I mean, it's a large room, but it's not like it's like a giant cave or something like that. You know, where you're running 60 feet and stuff like that. He missed.
Okay.
The one on McGarvin is going to try to hit him.
And he's out of disadvantage now. He just had disadvantage until the end.
That's why he was unable to hit you. How long does that last for?
That's it, until the end of his turn. So now.
Okay, so he's back. He shakes his head off and is like, "You're gonna die, you little bastard." The one on McGarvin misses completely. He's gonna try to hit him again, and he misses him completely. So you see McGarvin. He's stunned. Never mind. He can't do anything. I don't even know why I rolled that. Teals, your turn. Celestia, you hear your wolves going absolutely bonkers at the door, but they cannot get in. What do you want to do?
Didn't the door open when?
Nope.
I thought I could have sworn he said he came in through the door.
Nope. They all came through the window. You don't know that.
Okay. Can I check Rogaris' room?
Yeah, you'd have to go.
You deal damage to the door ranger? Are they allowed to attack the door?
They are, but it's like a dog, scraping their stuff to it. I mean, it's going to take them a while. I mean, if you give dog enough time, they can get through. But it's going to take 10.
There's
10
8
minutes.
of them.
Or actually,
only 1 or 2 can attack it at once. It's not like
200-pound timber wolves.
They'd just be hammering into the door like sledgehammers.
But it's still a door, and it's still constructed well. It's going to take them a second to get in. Remember, we're doing this in like quick intervals, guys. It's not like they can just like door and then just run in, right? So, but we are. So you go check on Rogaris. So is that where you're going? So you go to the room the other way. You didn't hear anything that direction. You just heard when Orgon screamed. So you go to the other room and you
heard my thunder wave.
They all heard everything. Trust me. So you go into the room and you see this guy and Rogaris in a death match struggle, just going at each other. And you see him, he's got him by the throat, just strangling the snot of this guy, and this guy's attacking him with his sword. What do you do?
I first yell, say, "Get ready," and I send the pack in onto this guy.
All right. What's the damage on your pack?
2d4 plus 2 piercing.
All right. So only a couple of them can get in at once. So we'll say 3 get in.
Send 3 in.
So you send 3 in, and they do. Well, you can roll the damage. So roll the damage for each. Well, roll an attack for each one. So just roll.
Well, they got +4 to attack.
All right. So +4. Just roll a d20 for each one. That's 13. That's not going to hit. Roll the next one. Next attack. That will hit. Roll damage on that one.
So
3. So you do
3 plus 2 piercing each.
Yeah, so 3 total. Alright, and then roll the last attack. $12 will miss. Alright. I think that's a bonus action to command the animals, so if you want to roll anything else, you can. Actually, no, I think controlling an animal... No, I think that's a bonus action. No, yeah, it's a bonus action.
It was a regular action to conjure, but after that, it's just a...
It's a bonus action, yeah, just to order them to do stuff. So, do anything else you want to do?
Go ahead and do... I'll do healing word on Rogeris.
All right, go ahead and roll your healing word.
Where is my... Just lost it.
So you get
12 points of healing.
12 points of healing. There you go. So you get 12 points of healing back, Rogeris.
Thank you very much.
All right. We are going to go to Andrew's character, Yuseth, because he was not here yet. So, Andrew, how are you?
I'm excellent. How's everyone else doing?
We're doing fantastic. You are in your room sleeping peacefully, and I need you to roll a perception check with disadvantage, please.
15.
Very nice. You are aware of footfalls. You wake up to sound. You don't sleep as well as your dwarven friend there, Rogeris, who snores like the dead. You see a black figure coming into your room. Sword drawn.
Okay.
You have an action to take because he thinks he's surprising you, but since you were able to perceive him with disadvantage that he was coming in, then.
All right, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
And I'm going to use it to make my voice super loud and say, "Who goes there?" And hopefully it'll wake up my companion as well.
All right, roll. You just wanted to be an alarm?
Basically. And hopefully it'll
well, okay, let me put it this way. So,
whoever's entering.
All right, so, okay. Teals, you hear this in the next room. This there's people in the room. Like loud, just guttural noise coming from the room over next door. So the guy hears that. He just looks at you like, okay. Is Thermagard, is that an action spell or a bonus action spell? Andrew?
It is in action.
All right. You have a bonus action. If you'd like to do anything, you can move as well.
Alright, I think I'm going to use... I know exactly which one I want to do. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
All right.
For my bonus action.
You can do that. So it can attack immediately. What do you want it to look like?
Like my Warhammer.
All right. So this giant Warhammer appears in front of you. Go ahead and roll an attack against this guy.
All right. Let's see. Gotta remember what that is. It's a D6 plus or D20 plus 6. That is a 23.
That will hit. Roll damage.
Hammer.
Let's see here. I gotta remember 1d8 plus spellcasting. 14 damage.
You have a +6 in your spellcasting? Very nice. 14, so you hit him for 14 points of damage. Do you want to move at all?
I was wrong. I have +7, so that's actually a 15.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just like get up out of bed. I don't know that I'm necessarily gonna move anywhere, but I'll just get up.
You're gonna into
Basically, just standing up, grabbing my shield. Just being ready.
There you go. All right, you go back in the room. We will start with Rogaris. You are with this guy. Since Teals has entered the fray, I don't think I had you rolling. You did roll initiative, but he's going to head and go. He's going to try to stab you in your gut with the sword. He's disadvantaged because you're choking him and squeezing the snot out of him. He misses. He's going to try to stab you again, and he misses. He's going to try to break free of your hold, so he's going to use. He's going to try to get out of your hold there, Rogaris. And you need to make a contested roll. Add your strength athletics to hold him.
18.
He rolled an 18 too, so it's a tie, so he does escape. And he will move and go flying out the window. You does garner an attack of opportunity, so you can hit him or something if you want to.
Can I grapple him?
He broke out of your grapple, so you can't grapple him again unless it was your turn, but he's trying to make a run for it. So you can hit him as he tries to escape.
Okay, so it'd be a strength roll, I guess?
Yep. Oh, no. Just roll your attack plus, so it'd be a d20 and add your strength to it. Your strength model, which is a +3?
Yeah.
Just roll a d20 and add 3.
Six.
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
No.
So he goes flying out the window. All right, back to the room with Oregon. McGarvin's going to... His guy is stunned. The other guy is not... Let's see. But you... Oregon, you... actually, more... Grim, roll me an initiative.
Again, okay.
What did you roll last time? I didn't have it written down.
It was an 8.
It was an 8. Okay, so he will. And you rolled a 10, if I believe, Finn.
Correct.
Okay, so you guys can. So McGarvin seems like he's got his guy in check. He's pushed him near the door. Just then, you hear the doors burst open and you see these wolves come straight for that guy to attack him. We'll get to that in a second on your turns, Teals. So you see this guy there, and he basically... So you guys can attack either one of them. We'll start with you, Oregon. Who do you want to attack? You have one stunned, and the one that you just... There's the other guy that was in front of you.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to cast Heat Metal on his dagger.
Okay. And what's the
And I'm
save
going
on
to
that?
cast it as a 3rd level spell, so that's my last 3rd level spell.
Okay.
So he... Hold on, let me make sure. So he will take 3d8 damage for holding the weapon. Okay.
Phone.
No.
Stop it.
Okay, so he's gonna, since he's touching the weapon, he's gonna take 3d8 damage. So start off, he takes 11 damage.
Okay.
Fire damage. And then he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
He makes it.
Okay, so if he continues, so that was to hold on to the weapon. So if he continues to hold on to the weapon like he's doing, he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until my next turn.
Okay. So one of his weapons is superheated now. He's like, oh boy. All right. Grim, you are up next.
Okay, it's on the dude that freaking took a swing at me and made me go down. I'm gonna introduce him to the sharp end of my freaking rapier.
So you reach down, grab your rapier, stand up, and you attack him. So go make an attack roll.
That's 22.
That will hit. Roll damage.
D8 plus 6. Am I flanking him in any way or no?
Nope.
That's 9 piercing.
All right. All right. All right. So their turn. They immediately disengage and fly out the window. So these guys are sitting there, like shadows. They just go whoosh, out the door. All right. Valron, the guy with you, momentarily that was stunned, he is going to disengage as well. Andrew, I don't think I had you roll initiative last round, right?
Nope, I did not.
All right, so go ahead and roll initiative. $16. All right, you get to go first, so go for it.
Okay, I'm going to start by casting Sacred Flame. He has to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. He does. What happens if he resists? Nothing happens, right?
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Nope. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to attack him again with the spiritual weapon.
Go for it.
Let's do the D20. That's a 14.
All right. That will not hit.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That'll end my turn.
All right. And on his action, he disengages and flies out the room. All right. So, Valron, I think you had initiative over your guy, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you're up. Go for it.
He needs to give me a wisdom saving throw. I'm casting Hold Person.
All right. What's your spell's DC?
— 17.
Yeah, he spell check. Yeah, he saves.
Okay.
What else do you want to do?
As a bonus action, I'm gonna say on the brooch they're trying to attack or they're trying to flee. Someone grab one of them. Someone stop one. We need to know what's going on.
All right. And on his turn, he will disengage. Back to you, Morgan. I want you to roll a perception check.
Perception, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Very nice. You realize in the ruckus everything, because you have the knowledge of this, being that you're on the wars, that one of them, very subtly on their black outfit, was a pin, and it looked like the House Traylon symbol.
Somehow I'm not surprised. They know we're here.
So, that ends combat. So, you guys can do what you guys want to do. You see McCarvin sitting over there pretty beat up. Oregon. So
the one with McCarvin was stunned, right? Does he get out?
Well, no, he was stunned one round. He got out of it, and then he jetted with his other buddy.
I'm healing McCarvin.
All right, just go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds at level 2. So it'll be 2d8 plus 4.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
18.
All right, so he gets 18 points of hit points back. He looks a little bit better. All right.
What the hell happened to you?
He just puts his hand up like he's trying to catch his breath. It's like, I think we should all have a little meeting.
Just I don't know how you want to. Does he? I don't know how to ask this. Does he look like he's still less than half hit points? Does he look like
he looks okay? Close? Like your healing helped him out a lot. You know, okay. So he was like a little rough there, but so
I'll say it's good to see that you're alive, my friend.
It's good to be alive. Much to discuss.
Turned to Morngrim. You know you were dead.
And just then, as those guys escaped, you saw the dogs come in. These wolves are sitting there, just like looking around for the target. You know. And then in the other room, there's 3 wolves in there with you, Teals, and Celestia and Rogaris, just looking for something to kill. You know. Just then you see running up, you see Jiran and Lehan come running in. They look like they've been taking guard duty. Look like Lehan had been on duty. Jiran kind of comes in. He's got his swords, his sword, one of them, and then you see Denton come running in. And people are just scurrying around, and they come running and check on you guys, see if you're okay and stuff. So.
And I'm sure the temple guards are on alert now.
Yes, they are. I mean, it's a temple of Lyra, so there are guards, but it's not like real guards, you know? I mean, they're just paid to watch the perimeter and stuff like that. I mean, it attacks the temple, you know?
Lyra. Anytime somebody asks, are you guys doing okay? I point to Morngrim and said, he died every time.
Yeah, the Denton comes over and checks on you, Morgrim. He can see that the healing you got. He lays his hands on you. You get another 20 hit points, and you feel a lot better.
I look over at McCarvin and Oregon, and I say, those were courtesy of Traylon.
There's much we must discuss. So a priest comes into the room where you're at, Rogaris, and Lehan comes in with them, and he looks at you, and he comes over and heals you up for 20 points of damage, and checks to see your wounds and stuff, and kind of helps, get them taken care of and stuff.
Okay.
Because you were pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah, help, I'm poisoned.
So,
am I still poisoned?
Are you still poisoned?
No, nobody's poisoned.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
What do you guys do?
I need a beer.
Where do you want to talk, McCarvin?
Anywhere. Let's go downstairs. Dentist's like, I have a private room. And so he leads you guys downstairs.
I grab Fern before I leave.
What's that?
I grab Fern before we leave.
Okay, anything you want to say to Fern?
No, nothing. I'm just making sure he's coming along.
Alright, you grab Fern. So Oregon's bringing his Fern with him. Oregon just rolls McCarvin just rolls his eyes and smiles like, Jesus, really? So you guys all go down to this room. He's like, look, the room is yours. See whatever you need to. I need to attend to the guard and figure out how they were able to do this. You guys are the second floor, and we've never had this happen before, so there's a little bit of anarchy in the temple right now, so I need things to take care of, so you guys can use this room for as long as you like. There will be guards stationed outside. Some of my acolytes people will be on a little bit alert. And he's so apologetic. He's like, I'm so sorry. This has never in the history ever happened before. I mean, this is Sazel, for Christ's sakes. And he just walks out. All right.
On the way to that thing, did we pass by the kitchen?
No, but I mean, drinks are provided. There's water and wine at the table.
Yeah, I'm having some wine.
All right.
Because that was messed up.
All right. All right, you guys are all sitting at the table. Who wants to start?
Well, those guys were I saw a pin on them with the Traylon sigil, so they know we're here.
McCarvin.
How dare they do this in a house of Lyra? They must be punished.
The next time you hear me with my pups at the door, open it. Thanks.
I once again point at Morngrim. He was dead.
Not not a good excuse.
Yeah.
I was gonna die. I can't get to door. Door was too far away. I reached my I reach out my little gnomish hand. I'm like, the door was too far. I couldn't reach.
So, my friends.
Carnies.
I'll use a bear next time. Screw it.
The bear would just burrowed in. I mean, the wolves were strong, but I mean, it was going to take them a round or two to get through the door. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just
absolutely.
Two, you know, so. I
was
not expecting to do that, and I thought about
answer.
How fast could a wolf get into a room? I mean, they could have just headbutted, and eventually they would have smashed through. But I mean, it's a wolf. You know, it is powerful, but doors do have strange effects on critters. So
then a bear would just have been like, "Oh, raw."
Yeah, basically the bear would have been like, "Smash in, eat." You know. Sounds like a
hopefully the bear doesn't like dwarf.
Yeah. So McCarvin says, "All right, my friends, I apologize for my absence. Yesterday, after our festivities, I noticed that we were having a little bit of a tell. So I waited by my room at night and saw that we were being scouted out. I immediately pursued these people across the city into a place that looked like a warehouse. I don't know which warehouse it is or anything like that. And
do I recognize this description? Because I scouted out the dogs.
You don't know which one he's talking about, and he didn't get a good chance because it was at night. He's like, I waited there during the early evening and the day. I didn't see any signs. It just looked like one of the storage places. I didn't see any house symbol on it or anything. But I started reconning. I went silent because I wasn't sure if they had magic they were listening in. So I heard you guys speaking and calling my name, but I didn't want to risk it. So I scouted this out. Then this evening, scouting it out, a whole bunch of hooded black-cloaked figures came from this place, and I followed. As I was following them, I got ambushed by 3 of them. So I fought 3 of them, hurt them, they broke off. I had taken some damage. I rushed back to the temple to where I saw the one over Morgan, and I reacted. So I apologize for my absence. I was trying to figure out who are we up against. Unfortunately, I did not have enough time because they reacted very quickly to scout them out properly. I know where the location is, but we are in no state to go there right this moment. We are a little banged up and stuff, and it did not look from what I was seeing that this was a permanent base of operations. It looked like something temporary, you know, like a staging area for something. So they just use this place to gather and go, and then I doubt if it'll be there if we get back. All I know is that I tried to, but before I could warn you guys through the thing, I don't know what they did. It's like they knew we had the thing. I tried to speak into it, but nothing happened. And before I knew it, I had 3 of them on me. And I was in the fight of my life, if you were to say. I didn't get any of them, but they fled from me once I started kicking their ass. Not the knee. I didn't say knee this time. He kind of looks at you guys. I am learning. So.
I think Traylon has forfeited their alternate solutions to elimination. They just tried to kill us.
I'm all for killing them.
I don't care who they are. They tried to kill us.
McCarvin looks puzzled. He's like, this is a strange move.
Yeah, especially because she knew that we were going to be talking potentially with her enemy or near her enemy.
Well, I mean,
I'll fill McCarvin in on the talk I had with the quote-unquote information broker.
He looks at...
that might have sent some red flags out and caused this.
Possibly. It sounds like they have a mole
the inner
in
workings
that operation.
of gossip.
Yes, sounds like they might have a mole in that operation who was advising of what we had made their appearance, and maybe it pushed things, but...
Mole.
This is very strange. So, everything that I've gathered about this family is that they're very honorable and very, very loyal to the crown. This is very peculiar. But appearances can be deceiving. So maybe the outward appearance of the Traylon family is more than we expected. Maybe they are up to some underground shady stuff. It's just peculiar. Damn peculiar.
And so we think that the hero or whatever of the Purple Dragons, his family, is the one that really just tried to murder us?
It's possible. I mean...
No, they were wearing
actually, Faerun, you know through your history that houses make moves against other houses all the time. Cormyr is right with that. And you do know that recently it hasn't, because so many years back, basically, one of the Seven Sisters went into town, and through the whole countryside, anybody that wasn't loyal to the crown, she basically handled that business. You know,
I have a question.
Yes.
I don't know if I need to roll for this as something that I would or would not know.
Sure.
When a house is potentially attacking another house, is it common for them to keep a pendant identifying them with that house?
Yeah, it seems obvious. Obvious.
Roll an intelligence check, Finn.
I'll roll a luck on this one because I do want to know.
But he can't roll luck on an intelligence check either. You know.
Okay, fine.
It's a great question. You ask it, but you have no idea.
Okay. I ask it out loud.
Well, Makar's like, well, I mean, family's honor and loyalty and stuff. I mean, they go into battle with their crest. I mean, anything they do, I'm sure they have some symbolism of somebody to identify each other. I don't know.
What, you're thinking that it might be a different house just wearing that to give Traylon a bad name?
I mean, it's possible,
something,
but from what I know of Cormyr, they take winning those their house colors very seriously, so they don't mind going into battle and things wearing their house colors. They want you to know it was them that kicked that ass.
McCarvin, do you think that I should contact Amaroon and tell her that we were attacked by the Traylon house?
I mean, you can.
I don't think we should relay that just yet until we have, reliable information.
She's the head of my church, and nothing can breach
Oregon's pulled up a good point, though. Right now, we don't know if that actually is Traylon that attacked us or not.
Right, that's why I was hoping maybe she could, once I sended her, she could contact the head of the family.
Valron, you just know in the back of your mind, you know what her answer would be, like, F no, hell no, no in a million ways.
McCarvin, how long do you think before they move?
They will move immediately. They will not be there when we get there. I mean, these were professionals. They don't leave a trail to follow.
If we go now?
I doubt if they'd be there. We would have no chance in hell of finding them. They're not. I mean, they've been compromised. They thought that they had an easy kill. Luckily, you guys were able to react the way you did. So they have professionals, in my opinion, true professionals like these. They leave no trace. We would have no luck. Not through trying to track them, we would have no luck. But
it might be worth investigating where you track them down to.
We can go there. I mean, we can see if we can find any clues. But didn't you say you had wait? Didn't you say you had a meeting set up for tomorrow or today later with them? Maybe we should go that route and find out what we can find out there. Because I doubt if we're going to find anything at this place. It would be chances to be slim to none that we would find any kind of evidence of anything.
Well, when we go meet these guys, I'd prefer Oregon, and if you can, McCarvin, to join me in the talks with this. It's shady dealings, so we're gonna have to be careful.
Well, I think they'd have rules on that. But you would know more than me. If they will allow me to go, I will go. If not, then I will stay back and watch your backside.
We'll see what their requirements are when I pay them.
All right. So, All right. So what do you guys want to do? You guys want to rest and continue your full rest and get your hit points back and spells?
I am going to drink a lot of wine because I almost died.
Yes.
And then I'm going to go back to bed and booby trap the door and the window.
Right. You can see that there's Leon and Geron are monitoring your guys' doors now. And are on full alert.
I tell them, go get some rest, guys. The chances of them coming back are very slim.
Well, I think we should almost go to another place even and entice them.
I do not think they will attack us again. Hey, where the hell is all my crap?
I thought you took your crap.
Who took my backpack and stuff? Where is my crap? You guys, they took my crap.
Grim.
No, we have your crap.
We sold your crap for drinky money.
My
you
bed.
Sons of bitches, you to get my crap right now. So you guys get some rest. The stuff is brought back. McCarvin calms down, and so you guys get a rest. You guys sleep in a little bit. You guys are a little wary. Grim and Rogaris, all you guys, an attendant comes by just to check on your wounds and stuff like nature, do some additional healing just to make sure you're okay, make sure that there's no lingering effects from poison or anything like that, give you a good bill of health. You guys are all able to get some rest, and you see in the morning there's extra guards kind of walking around and stuff like that. You guys go down for breakfast, and you can hear people are looking at you and whispering to each other as you guys come down to eat. More of this, you get a sense that it's more like, oh, are those the poor people that were attacked? Oh God, oh, why would someone attack this place? Oh, we're just about joy and laughter. Oh God, that kind of thing. So you guys,
it's okay. This normally doesn't happen to us.
So there's a sense of concern.
Just for you there's relief kind of, that you're okay.
Okay, but there's okay.
Like, oh, those poor people kind of thing. Like, relief that you're okay.
How many people are there?
Well, there's about 10 to 15 people in there, and different, this is the breakfast area. I mean, this is a large temple complex, so the eating area is where people go to get their breakfast and stuff before, they go about their business.
So as I kind of hear some of the whispers and that kind of stuff.
Are you still got that stupid fern with you?
Of course,
oh,
my fern comes with me. So I do put the fern down on the table for a second, okay, while I'm eating and everything, and I stand up on my chair and I say, "Fear not, people of Lyra. We are great adventurers and we are on the case. No need to fear. We are safe."
Roll a performance check. Or roll a persuasion check.
Hooray! 18.
Yeah, you're able to calm them down a bit. There's looks of like, yay, kind of more smiles and stuff like that. Denton comes over to you guys like, "I'm so glad to see you guys are doing okay. I posted extra guards. We've never in a history of this temple ever been attacked like that. So, I'm so sorry, but we're doing all the things we can as precautions to make sure our guests are safe. Typically, we've never had to worry about this. We're in the capital. There hasn't been something like this happen in a long time."
Would a donation allow you to ask Lyra what happened?
I can ask, but Lyra, unless it has something to do with like a celebration or something like that, she abhors violence, but then again, she's more about joy and laughter, so I don't think I'd get much of an answer from her. I could try.
Yeah, they breached your church.
Oh yeah, nonetheless, we have inquisitors on this that are trying to find out what's going on, but so far, nothing's been reported back to me yet. Whoever these people were in and out like darkness. Like, I've never heard of such a thing.
Darkness uses stabby weapons.
Well, of course, they try to kill you with them.
Yeah.
Speaking of, one of them dropped one of their daggers.
No, they didn't. Are you saying that in character or out of character, Grim?
out of character, actually.
No, they did
You're
not.
talking about the one that I heat metal on?
No, the one that the dwarf grabbed by the neck.
Yeah, he let go of his sword while I was strangling him.
He did. So you do see the sword. It's a very fine crafted sword. Let's say you did find it, right? After there. No discernible marks on it or anything like that. You do realize that it is a well-crafted sword. You can see that it had been coated with poison. So obviously you...
Anybody need upgrades?
So it's like a masterwork?
It's a masterwork +1 short sword.
Yeah, can I cast... I'm assuming this is still kind of last night since we didn't bring up the sword, but can I cast Detect Magic on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I'll cast Detect Magic to see...
That's when you realize it's a +1 weapon, Finn.
Okay.
I just saved you the trouble of not having to... I'm assuming you would have cast it. You would have seen that it's a +1 to strike and damage.
Okay.
So it is a magical sword.
Yeah, anytime that you do imbue a weapon with any kind of pluses and stuff like that, it becomes a magical weapon. Because you're imbuing it with magic to make it hit harder, be able to strike better with it, that kind of thing. So it does glow, and you're able to ascertain its nature, Finn. Oregon.
Okay. And I'll relay that to the group.
All right. So.
And there's still poison on it?
Yeah, there's trace poison and Rogaris' blood on it.
Okay.
It's like extra seasoning.
Can I cast heat metal on the sword in order to try and get rid of the poison and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, you can just wipe it off.
Or
I don't want to touch it. Yeah, I don't want anyone.
I'll use prestidigitation to clean it off.
There you go. It is cleaned.
Okay.
All the
That's
blood.
not as much fun as heat metal. I'm still casting heat metal on it.
All right. Well,
first you light me on fire.
You're
now
out of that
making my
smell
blood
level,
off it.
So you see, Oregon picks up. It's like a two-handed sword for him because it's a short sword, but he's so small. But looks like a regular sword with him.
To see if he can, he has a reaction to kick him in the back of the head or something.
No, he just sits there and just is sitting there drinking wine, and he's just like, "You children, go play over there. I have no time for this," kind of thing. So you see Finn's like, "Aha!" with his weapon, he's like, and he gets ready to start casting his spell. Before it hits, you see Valen just kind of quickly waves his hand, and all the stuff disappears, and Oregon kind of looks, and then he's like, and he heats up the metal anyway. So go ahead and burn that slot, Finn.
Yep. But that was yesterday, so...
Well,
it's a new day.
I had two...
It's a new day. You do have all your spells back.
I was asking if this was all yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Okay, so what you guys had in the meeting.
We would have known that
timeline,
the sword was
right,
there.
Right. So we'll say that happened during the meeting that you guys had last night. Okay, so good. Okay, gotcha.
I can think of one of us that actually can use the short sword rather proficiently.
Anybody who wants it can use it.
Lehan uses double short swords.
Yes, he does.
I can use a short sword. I only have this, and I pull out my dagger. But I don't really do well with stabby.
Oregon, make a deception check.
Yeah, you're proficient. You can fight.
I'm proficient in short swords.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even.
No, that's not why. Because they have seen you use a other weapon before, right? You have another. You have a rapier or something.
Yeah, I don't even believe.
I don't.
You don't have a. You don't have a.
No,
rapier?
I have a dagger, and that's it. I have a dagger and a short bow. That's what. That's
oh,
what
it was a short bow. Yeah, that's up to you guys.
Yeah, I don't believe him. I believe I've seen him fight with prowess with a dagger. A short sword is not much longer.
No, I thought he had a sword. That's why I was saying.
No, I'm pretty sure out of all the times you've seen me with a dagger, so you can interpret it however you want.
So yeah, that is right. That's like right. So you do remember that he does not have a sword. He just has his dagger and his short bow, his loot, his other magical weapons. Both of the time I've missed
with my dagger. Yes. I would say 90% of the time I've missed every time I've used my dagger, but I'm usually yelling things at the same time, so other things happen.
I was gonna say Oregon's tongue is sharper than that sword.
I can use short swords. I'll take it then.
I'm a utility gnome.
It's up to you guys. Whatever you do. Regardless, like someone pick up the damn sword and let's move on to something more important. Jesus.
Yeah, we'll take it and sell it.
I can do that.
All right.
I'm going to sell it and put it into the party gold cash.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You and Rogaris, you know of a great place.
Yes, I do.
All right. So, do you guys want to go sell that immediately, or what do you guys want to do now? It's late late morning. You know your meeting's not for your meeting's not for a couple more hours.
I think we.
Morgan, could someone possibly of your contact or of that nature recognize this weapon? Is there somewhere in your place you could show this to a network if they would know?
Well, when you guys looked at it, there was no discernible marks or anything like that. So it was just...
I think we're better off keeping this with us. It's a pretty nice weapon. Somebody should be able to use it.
But for a while. I think...
This would get a lot of gold, though, for us.
Yeah, but getting something like this would cost more than we would get for it. So if it's usable, it's better. Yeah.
My backpack. Come on, let's go. McCarvin, can you remember which way you went to that warehouse?
Yeah.
We still got time left over before I have to attend that meeting.
You do know the way. So you guys are going to back. Let's see here. This is called.
By the way, Ranger, this is kind of in Oregon's wheelhouse here. So he's going to be walking and basically checking repeatedly if somebody's trying to come and stab him. Just so you know. I don't know if you want me to make perception checks or what, but he's constantly checking
his paranoia.
Yep.
All right, roll a.
I don't know how many you want me to roll, but pretty much every so often I'm like looking around very intently to see if somebody's trying to stab me.
Roll a perception check.
11.
You don't think anybody right now at the moment is trying to stabby, kill you.
Good. For now. And I'm also hanging very close to Morngrim.
So you're
welcome to the land of Oregon's Head.
Oh God.
Oh my.
I'm looking what this is called. They call it something in Cormare.
My gnome is fun.
I think it's called the
Paranoid Utility Gnome.
I think it's called the Patreon that you go to for all the mark and stuff. So you guys go there. You can see the castle of the Purple Dragons. You see the castle of the court as you guys head into the bazaar area, the marketplace. As you guys go to, what are you guys doing with the sword? Are you guys going to sell it?
No, we're keeping it for now.
Yeah, we're going to hold on to it for now.
All right, so you guys are not going that way. So you guys are going back down to the wharf area. It's not directly on the wharf area. It's more further inland, right, away from the wharfs. You see that there's more warehouses and stores and stuff like that for, goods that are kept and then put once they get from the warehouse, from the docks to places of holding there. You guys get up to this building and you can see that it's surrounded by a fence. It looks like it's run down. It's sturdy, but it's a little bit run down. You don't see any house symbols on it or anything like that. The gate to it is open. It looks like it's an abandoned warehouse that nobody's claimed yet. Or someone owns it, they're just not using it. You don't know which.
I'm going to head ahead a little bit and make sure it's safe to go inside.
Roll a perception check.
In other words, looking for traps.
Roll a perception check.
14.
You don't see or get a sense that there's any traps on the gate. I mean, the door itself, there's no guards or anything. The gate leading to this building doesn't seem to have any traps or anything. You don't seem, looking at the warehouse building itself, you go up to the front door of it, that there's any traps or anything on there as well.
Is the door locked?
Nope.
No, it isn't?
Nope.
Okay. Stand to the side, open it up.
Okay, you open it up.
Look on in.
You look in, make a perception check again.
18.
You see a bunch of empty shelves and stuff like that. You don't see anything else as you look in initially. There's nobody in here. There's no sounds. You don't hear anything. No noises. You just see sunlight coming in through some of the windows. But it looks like it is an abandoned warehouse that is not. Or a warehouse that is not currently being used by anybody. I mean, there's some boxes and stuff like that as you walk in. A little dusty. It hasn't been out of use too long, but there's enough that there's a little bit of layer dust in there, but nothing crazy. So as you walk in, Morgan, is anybody following Morgan? He just goes and does a.
Well, I'll wave out that it looks clear.
Anybody else want to go and follow him in?
I am. Immediately as he gives a clear, I kind of run up.
I'll follow right in.
Are you holding your fern still, Finn?
Of course.
You know that's going to come back and bite you in the butt.
Did you ask for everybody to stay, or did you say that you wanted only sneaky people coming?
All the party.
I said I'm going to make sure there's nothing going to bite us in the ass.
Yeah, you saw Morgan kind of do his thing, and he does a perimeter check. He goes check the gate. He checks the front door. Nothing seems to happen. Then he kind of waves you guys all over to the entrance. So you guys go all into this warehouse. Who wants to make an investigation check? So I'll let 2 people roll an investigation check, or I'll allow 1 person to do it with advantage.
I think the advantage would be the best thing to do.
Probably our druid.
Or me.
Yeah.
I have +5 to my investigation.
That's more than me. I only got +2.
I have
Who has the
+8.
most?
I have +8.
There we go. We found the person.
So whoever's running the investigation.
Faerun, right? So Faerun with advantage.
Yes, Faerun. If you run an investigation with the highest advantage, I'll let you do that. So, or with the highest. So you roll a 19, okay, and an 18. So you guys are going through the warehouse. You're kind of following Faerun. He's kind of like your detective at the moment. He's checking everything, and you kind of see in a corner where some boxes had been moved and stuff, where there's like a temporary staging area. You don't find any bits of clothes or anything. You can just tell that the dust has been kind of messed with here. So this looks like the place, from what McCarthy says, where these guys were initially setting up. But you don't find any materials or anything like that. But you can tell by the way the location looks that this is where they initially moved out. And you can see footsteps, in the dust. You notice too, and everything. But it looks like that they used the crates to go through the windows up top, because this is a tall building, and then they moved their way up top, like McGarvin said. So they didn't come out the front and say, "Aha, here we are." They used the rooftops to move.
Okay, so I will relay this as I find it.
Okay.
McGarvin's like, they didn't leave any discernible information for us to follow. We do know that they are here. There were people here. Unfortunately, they didn't leave any evidence behind.
I had a feeling that they wouldn't leave anything behind, but you never know. You might get lucky. Guess nothing's left but to go get ready for the meeting, unless somebody else wanted to do something.
Yeah, it took you guys about 30 minutes because of it's once it's on the other side of the docks and wharves, Grim, and kind of against the back wall there on the east side of the city. Sozel's a huge city. It's 150,000 plus people. You know that, Morgrim, and you know that as well, Valron. So you guys head back toward the Laughing Lass. It's now in the afternoon.
Anyone trying to kill me?
Roll a perception check.
13.
You don't see anybody, Oregon, but you get a sense that maybe your senses are off. You think maybe everybody's trying to kill you.
Getting a funny feeling about this plant.
I move a little bit closer.
You just see Oregon just kind of looking everywhere and, like, do one of those, like, overly cautious things. You guys are moving around. He's like going from building to building and looking and stuff. And people are giving him a strange look.
I look down. You okay, buddy?
Somebody's gonna kill me.
Yeah, but you're attracting attention.
After about 10 minutes of this, Finn, you feel a hand grab you by the back of your shirt and lift you up. And then you see that McGarvin is lifting you off the ground.
Do I see that as McGarvin?
Yeah, you notice this. You don't. Initially, you're like, ah! And then you look immediately, you see McGarvin is lifting you off the ground. And he brings your face to his face. And he looks at you very, very sternly. He's like, knock it off.
I kiss his nose.
He just goes, and he doesn't let go, Finn. He actually holds on to you and starts walking toward the Laughing Lass. He is holding you the entire time, and you see he's got his outfit on, where he's got the sash on and his hat and his the kind of the over shawl that he wears. So it's hard to discern him, but he's just so you guys just see Oregon holding the fern, McGarvin holding Oregon, and he's just walking straight ahead.
And I'm still looking around. Just so you know, I'm still going to be looking around, but not running from building to building.
Yeah, McGarvin has had enough of that. So, all right, so you guys make your way to the Laughing Lass. You guys get there. It's afternoon. It took you a while to get through. It's a busy day. It's a beautiful day, sunny. I mean, we are in the springtime, still heading toward the summertime, so it's beautiful weather. Lots of people going caravans and merchants, and you see tons of purple dragon knights, and you see the Royal Navy of Cormyr doing their thing, and you see some wizards running around, and you guys make your way to the Laughing Lass. It's about mid-afternoon by the time you guys get over there, making your way through traffic of people and everything. I mean, luckily Grimm is able to get you the most direct path there, but it's still congested. It's still a ginormous city. So you guys get there, and when you get there, a few patrons, nothing crazy. You walk in, and the waitress comes over and says, "Oi, lovelies, can I get you something?"
I'll have an ale. What do you guys have?
Water, please.
A mead for me.
All right. So you pay your money. She goes off and grabs your stuff. You guys grab a table. There's not a lot of people here. You guys know you're a little bit early, so.
Is the half-elf guy there in the back?
Yeah, but you know that it's early, and he just acknowledges you and gives you kind of a scratch of his nose, like nod, yeah. Way too early to be here.
Well, I just want to sit to where I can have view of him, so when the time comes.
Yeah, he pays you no time.
Yeah,
he knows where you're at. He acknowledges you in the way that's very subtle. And so you guys are drinking and stuff. Anything you guys want to do? Talk about while you're here waiting?
I guess mostly small talk.
I'm going to ask Oregon why he's so paranoid.
That is a
Somebody
good question.
just tried to kill us.
Everybody tried to kill us. You didn't do this when the werewolves attacked you, little bastard.
Yeah, but that wasn't in our room. Now we're not even safe where we're sleeping.
Oh, no, that was in the outdoors.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you so paranoid, Oregon?
I don't want anyone to kill me. Next thing you know, they're going to be giving us poison cake. I'm telling you, you got to be careful.
Do I need to grow your fern again?
I'm feeding my fern, by the way. Like, I'm drinking a sip of water, and I'm putting a little bit into the pot of fern.
Okay. Are you talking
to him again? Is that from the cup, or is that coming from your mouth?
Are you talking to him again?
No, I'm not talking to him. Just feeding him.
He's a little bit bigger. He's growing very nicely.
You sure you don't want to talk to him?
Mm-hmm.
You see McGarvin going, "Please do not talk to the damn plant."
Especially in public.
Who is it that's got the helm? Maybe they want to talk to the plant?
I mean...
That's Rogaris, right?
Rogaris has the helm. I mean, he can hear and understand any language. So, but it only works if he's able to commune with it. I mean, Teals, I think you may be able to commune with plants.
Technically.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to have a conversation with it, with Garrus listening.
Oh, you took the spell too? It's awesome.
Even though McCarvin doesn't want it, I want it out of character, because Urban.
Jesus.
I'm waiting for now. I'm not using it.
All right. While you guys are having this discussion, you see Micah's walk in with a friend of his. Looks like he's just coming in for an afternoon. It's getting mid-afternoon, later afternoon. He comes in, shirt undone like he always is. Like I said, another long day of whatever he does. And he's got a buddy with him, and they go to their normal table, order some drinks and some food, and start talking and laughing and having a good time.
Can I make a perception check to see if any of them have any markings like they may have been involved in the ambush?
Make a perception check. Very nice, natural 20. No, you do not. I mean, other than House Traylon, which you can see Micah has one on his collar, right? Even though he's a purple dragon, it looks like he's a high-ranking purple dragon officer. Even though looks like he's 28 to 30 years old. You don't know the exact age of him, a young man, but you can tell he's a high rank. Even though and the guy with him is a little bit lower rank, but still decent rank. Probably mid-tier to officer. McCarvin's that higher end, low middle tier. Not like a general or anything, but just below that kind of rank. And you can see that you don't get any kind of inkling like that. Teals, you get a funny feeling looking at as you're scanning the room. Celestia, you get a sense from the half elf, because you know he's there and you know that he has 2 bodyguards. You get a sense of don't poke the bear kind of feeling of those guys. But they seem to be chill and relaxed, and everybody in here is doing their own thing. There's some sailors in here from the this is more of a merchant sailor adventurer kind of place. I mean, you hardly ever you guys know you have not seen any war wizards or the Navy in here. Maybe the only people you see is Micah's coming in here, but that's it with his friends that are for the Purple Dragon Knights.
Hey, Oregon, I think it might be time for you to do some of your magic. Micah's with Traylon. We might be able to find out if he knows anything about what's going on. While we're waiting.
He's one of the leaders of the house. I don't want to talk to him.
You know that he is not a leader of the house. He is a son of the house.
Yeah, that's why I know. He's the son, and that's how he's friends with...
Right. There's 3 children. Right, there's an older brother, a younger sister, and Micah's, and there's a father and a mother for what you got from Faerun.
Wasn't Micah the one that didn't really get along with his house?
Something
he didn't like what they were doing or something?
So you don't know. I mean, you just know that he chose a different path, which a lot of nobility does, but he's not the elder son. You got to get a sense that not the elder son, he made a name for himself with the Purple Dragon Knights. So he's that.
Yeah, he was a hero. He fought in the wars.
Yeah, you know that about him from what you got from Faerun.
Let's talk with your source first, Grim.
It's getting about that time. So
then we'll see if we want.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to just completely shift alliances at this point, but it doesn't really seem to make sense to me, so I'm deferring to you guys.
Yeah, we'll wait for the appointment.
Okay. You guys sit there for about another hour drinking. You guys order some light food. You eat.
Get me a salad.
You see Celestia order salad, and the waitress is like, yes, and she goes off. It's not so much a salad, it's just a bunch of vegetables. They don't know what a salad is here. But she brings you some like beets and carrots and stuff like that you can munch on, Celestia.
Do you talk to them? The vegetables, that is.
They're not living.
Don't eat me! Ah! Ah! sausage party. What your guys' spell you just
Does that mean speak of animals will commute with my steak later?
No.
Only if it's rare.
Good lord.
Alright, so you wait and then you see, you keep checking with the guy, and the guy finally gives you the signal that it is time to talk.
And I will acknowledge it, and I guess I go over.
Yeah, you go over there.
And
Who's anybody else going with you?
I'm following.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of go over to him, right? And
McCarvin,
yeah.
right? Are we bringing McCarvin or
right.
no?
well, just wait for now.
McCarvin's
Okay.
just kind of sitting at the table looking, just ready to pounce, but he looks relaxed. He's still got his bandana on. It's still daylight, and you know that his eyes are very sensitive to daylight. That's why he wears a bandana, so he can see normally without, him looking like he's his eyes watering and just being in pain. That he's very, very aware, keen hearing and stuff like that. So he's on the check. So you and Organ go over to their morgue.
Yeah.
All right. As soon as you get over, you sit down subtly. He kind of looks just like, only you.
Understandable. Okay.
Your little buddy will have to go back. He kind of looks at you. No offense.
I'll let him know. It's okay.
Can I try and
Go.
convince him to let me in, or no?
Yeah, with disadvantage, go for it.
Okay. That would be a persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
18.
He says, "Nice try, but no.
Okay.
House
We'll be
rules are house
waiting
rules."
over here, Morgan.
So,
Okay.
all right. So he kind of gives you signals to one of the other guys. The other guy kind of signals you for the guy to go back, and he's like, "Second door on the left, upstairs."
Understood. Do you require payment now or after?
Pay the lady when she's upstairs.
Okay. I follow his instructions.
All right.
What's the closest to this meeting that any of us will be able to go to?
About as close as you are right now.
Yeah, I make the motions to, stay put. It's okay. I'll be back.
All right, Rogaris is going to go and he's going to try and stand kind of on the opposite side of the room from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
With his back against the wall nearer the bar, just so he can kind of observe the room from an opposite point of view of everyone else.
Okay.
Did they tell me to not go talk to Micah specifically?
Yes.
You can do whatever you want going on.
It's up to
I'm-
you. But
No,
I
I'm
would have
just-
said, let's not talk
Yeah.
to Micah's until after we.
Did they
hear from
say
Morgan.
you don't go talk to him this time?
Yes, they did say that, Velron.
Okay.
They said nobody should talk to him right now. It was the general consensus of the group. But you can do whatever you want.
No, I'm going with the consensus of the group.
You can be like that maverick that goes, lick my ass, and go walk over and talk to Mike.
Oh, that's what I mean. It's very close.
Yeah, you're your
What-
own entity.
Yeah, the wait, where's Faerun going? Oh, he just got skewered.
And
Okay.
he licked,
Well,
what was that about licking ass? But it's up to you. But are you going over there, Valron? Yes or no? Are you following what the group said to do? Or are you doing something against what the group wishes?
No. I can follow what the group wishes.
Okay. So you go up, Morgrim. You go to the second door.
not.
You knock. Okay, you knock. You hear a very feminine voice say, "Enter."
And I do.
All right. When you walk in, it's a single bedroom, and there's a beautiful half elf woman in there. Can't tell how old she is. She has very long, wavy, yellow hair, very dark brown eyes. Typical half elf features, always beautiful. Elves are always beautiful. Surprisingly looking in a buccaneer outfit, high boots, one of those pirate-looking cotton white shirts, leather, everything like that, right? She has a rapier and a dagger. She's wearing a hat, but she's not wearing it. She has a hat that's sitting on a desk that's in the room. There's a bed, there's a desk, and there's 2 chairs. And she's like, "Please come in."
And I do.
She's like, "Sorry for the appearances, but we have certain ways to make it seem like you're visiting a lady, even though that's not what you're here for, I assume."
Understood.
So,
Yeah.
you take a seat. She sits across from you. She kind of folds one leg over the other and puts her hands out in front of her and says, "So, what information are you looking for?"
It came to our knowledge that one of the houses here has been sabotaging another one's shipments out of the docks.
You have to be more specific. That this is a business area. There's a lot of cutthroating and stuff.
It's
goes
been
on. She kind of smirks and says, "The noble houses, although there are many good people there, when it comes to making profit, they are very wary of the law. But anything they can do to get around the law, let's just say, they'll do it. But they're very careful because the crown has no tolerance for that shenanigans."
Well, I'll fill her in. I'll give her something good. I'll give her information that
Well, she's like, which houses are you referring to?
To investigate Traylon and oh man, what was the name of the other one?
You know it as Edgwaith.
Yeah, that one.
Or Edgath.
And
Edgith, I'm sorry.
If you had any information pertaining to if and when another shipment was going to be attacked, so we can investigate it. And
she looks for a second. She's like, "Well, Edgith, as far as we know, deals in a lot of legitimate stuff, but not to be talked about, but they deal with black market things. We've procured some things from them in the past. House Traylon has always been a legitimate family. They don't deal in the underground. If House Traylon was making a move against Edgith, I don't know why, but they would do it through normal means because they're they're both extremely wealthy families. I mean, they both do very well. They both have contacts with the royal family and outside. This is news to us. We don't deal with any underground kind of like smuggling operations. We deal with other things. We have traded with the Edgiths before, but we've never... what can I say? The Lady Edgith, when you need an item, she can procure it for you. So if this is something that's happening, this is something recent. But it seems odd to me that this would be happening, but then again, the history of Cormyr is quite laden with all kinds of families doing stuff to one another that doesn't come out until after the fact, and then the history books write their stories.
And I guess I'll fill you in on some stuff going down on your turf as well. Some of my compatriots were attacked by people wearing Traylon's crest.
She looks very concerned all of a sudden. She's like, "That is news to me. I had heard that there'd been a ruckus at the temple, but didn't know that's what it involved. This is news this is news to my organization as well, because we're the only guild that operates here. But then again, a lot of guilds, because of the law, are very much in the shadows."
if you have any information that could possibly help, it would be most appreciated and well paid for.
Well, that's what I'm here for, and I'm telling you that we're the only guild that operates out of Cormyr at the moment. All other guilds were pushed out. Supposedly we were supposed to disappear too, but we've been more subtle in our operations and have learned our lesson. So we are very subtle in what we do. Had to rethink our strategy. But we don't deal with assassination work. She kind of looks up. This is news to me and concerning because there hasn't been assassination attempts in a while, although it does happen. This sounds like these were people that were hired. If it is House Traylon, like you said, this is a outside group hired by the family to do this. There's no guild here in Cormyr that would pull that off for them. So this is an outside group that was brought in to do this, to attack you guys.
Would you by chance know who in Traylon could deal with this type of...
Oh, any of the family could. I mean, the
Any of
father...
them?
Yeah, I mean, they have great wealth and respect and influence. They have the monetary means to, if they wanted to hire some people like that, absolutely. If they are as professional as you say, it's a possibility. But I've never dealt with House Traylon. We don't really deal with the noble houses in a sense directly, if you get my gist. It's always intermediaries and things. They need us for stuff. We need them for stuff. It's mutually beneficial, but never for assassination. So this is an outside group that's been brought in. But something we will look into, because if there's a group like that running around, not on my turf.
If you find anything out, would you let me know, please?
Of course.
I will pay for the information. And
you're going to pay me 25 gold now, right? Because that's just the deal, whether I have information or not. But consider it a down payment for future information if we can come across anything. My agents will scour the city and see what they can come up with, but I doubt if we'll be able to find somebody until they make another move.
Okay, thank you for the information and your time, and I hand her the 25 gold.
On the desk.
Okay, I sit it on the desk.
All right.
And I make my way back.
You make your way back. All right, you're back at you going back to the table with everybody there.
I think we should talk when we get back to the temple. Too many ears.
McCarver's like, I'd agree with that. Anybody else have an opinion on that matter?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so you guys head to the temple, and you guys go to another room. Denton arranges for the same room that you had previously. It's not being used. It's their meeting room that they use for dinner and stuff. It's a nice, very nice room, and everything in here is really nice. I mean, it's the Temple of Lyra, for God's sake. So you guys get back to the temple. It is now getting close to evening time. Time for din, and you guys...
Yeah, over dinner, I will fill them in on everything I learned during the conversation.
Alright.
And out of character, how long was it until the next shipment?
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. But we better rest up and be ready to rock and roll tomorrow to be on the safe side.
I agree. I don't think we need to have a dance off tonight.
So what do we think? Do we think this is House Traylon? What do we think?
Well, they said that these guys were contracted, outside
yeah,
contracts.
I'm sure they are outside contracts, but do we treat this as House Traylon?
It's entirely possible it's not. Because she said that this is the first time they've heard of Traylon trying to do this here. So, if they attack the shipment tomorrow or sabotage it in some way, we need to take one alive if we can.
Okay. So, we'll say for the sakes of purposes of anything, you guys get some sleep. You guys wake up the next morning. What is your plan of attack?
I guess
we need
getting ready to go to the docks and
Who's good
meet
at
that
stealth?
form. McCarpin and myself.
My suggestion would be that you guys follow this shipment to where it goes. Make sure nothing happens to it. We'll stay nearby and keep in contact through the brooches. And if anything comes, we'll be there. But we need to figure out if anybody else is watching so we can scout around a little bit while you're moving.
Or we could do the Trojan crate.
I'm not hiding in a box. Just because I'm small, you can't put me in a box.
You could fit in my backpack. Come on now.
I know. I'm not going in there.
Would we have time to be able to hide somebody in the box?
Oh, yeah.
I'll volunteer to do it.
I think it would be a little bit too heavy for them to pick up your dwarf.
Is that a fat joke?
Could be a shipment of armor.
No,
Come on
it's
now.
logic.
Here's the thing, though, about the following the shipments and stuff. Isn't the shipments going via boat?
Yeah, you remember that he says that the shipment comes in through boat. It's not the shipments coming in from the docks that's the problem. It's when they try to do smuggling from there to wherever that is the issue. They simply get intercepted.
Okay. So let's go to the dude that we talked to before at the docks. Tell him we need. I think we should pass ourselves off as the caravan freaking guards. No.
Quick question, Ranger, out of character. I just want to make sure I have my notes right. When we talked to the guy at the house, Edgith, like little pseudo house or whatever, the guy that was
The warehouse.
kind of
Yeah.
He basically said that the shipment comes there first and then they send it out.
Right.
And
but
he's not giving us any details about it being sent out,
he
correct?
doesn't trust you. He's like, you're here to find
Right.
out. And you're right. But he's not going to.
But it comes to that place first, is what he told us.
Right.
Before
But
it goes
nothing
out to
happens
final-
there. It's when they try to smuggle it under the black market to other buyers and things of that nature that not all of them, of course, plenty get through, but others are somehow intercepted and procured.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing?
And
I mean, I'm down for Oregon's plan. That one sounds decent. Or we could, dress up as the
It's a dwarf
guards.
in a box.
Is my dwarf in a box? Is my dwarf in a box, baby?
Just sounds wrong.
It's my half orc in a box.
No. All right.
So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll try Finn's idea of McCarvin and I'll stealthily or try to be stealthy and follow it, with them hanging back a little bit within range of the brooches. So if we spot anybody, they'll be ready to swoop in.
What are you trying to follow?
We need to find out where the shipment is leaving from. So that's why I was saying we probably should go to the docks and ask them, you know,
Traxland?
we need to.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get this set up so we can follow it and make sure it gets safely to where it's supposed to be, and if not, solve the problem.
All right, so you guys go to the
I got
docks.
a question out of character.
Go for it.
Did Valoron ever go and memorize that spell that allowed him to track people?
Or objects, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I'm wondering, do we know of anything that's in the box that Valoron would be able to cast that on, just in case?
I mean, I can do that with any object. I can follow it.
But he has to know which object it is, and
Yeah,
you know, so.
it's any object that I become familiar with.
So if we can get a look at what's in the box quick, you'd be able to put that on whatever we think would be like the most valuable thing in that box, right?
I think that it would require the shipment manager would have to allow us to either plant something on it, or someone would have to sneak something onto the shipment that I could follow. But since they weren't allowing us to see the shipment or what was going on, it kind of prevented that.
You said something interesting.
So
Could we put something on Micah?
well, I'm thinking one of two things. Could we either slip, like, say, a coin or like something that one of us has on us into the box quickly without anyone looking if some of us cause a distraction? Or worst case scenario, would we be able to maybe get Fern into the box with you casting it on Fern? Because then what could happen is if stuff really goes south, Oregon has the spell where he can cause Fern to sort of grab everything. So that might be a good secondary distraction.
I have it too if we need to do it again.
Yeah, so maybe if we could somehow either get Fern into the box, that would be a good way of being able to start a sneak attack out of the box before we were all positioned if necessary.
I mean, all of that sounds good if they will let us see the shipment.
Well, I
And
think
they
that if
probably
we can
won't.
distract them. I mean, do they know everyone in our group?
Yeah.
So what if somebody lights me on fire, since my armor will allow me to be lit on fire without getting hurt, and I kind of
If
go
you can
running
identify
into
the shipment, I can get to it.
Well, I'm thinking I can distract them if you light me on fire and I go running in screaming like, help,
I
put
can
me
go
out.
invisible and get to it, but I need to know what shipment it is.
Yeah, I mean, my guess is that if they know that the shipment is going to be possibly intercepted, they're already going to have guards and magical warding in place to prevent the most obvious ways of attacking the shipment. So I believe we're just going to have to follow it.
I think we just have to follow it.
Yeah, we can, if we want to take a chance and ask the head of the house here, the manager, if we could put something with the shipment just to make sure we can follow it and see.
Actually, come to think of it, that might not be a good idea because it might be an inside job.
It's very possible, I agree. But that was the bulk of what people were asking, so that's the only other way I can see it. But from what I can gather, there's definitely some people on the inside on both, because to me, most logically, the Traylons, Micah, the war heroes, why would they all of a sudden want to turn on Cormier? That doesn't make the most sense to me. So it seems
may not
like
be that they're turning on Cormier. He might be trying to start. If one of them inside of Traylon wants to start their own business and not go along with the family plan, this might be their own underground dealings.
But they're such a high noble house, they would just pretty much purchase the interest, is what I would think. I don't think they'd have to go about it in this way.
Not for black market goods. Black market goods, no matter how high you're going to be, isn't going to be something you're going to.
Well, right. What I'm saying is that it would be interfering with the single guild that Morgrim spoke to, who supposedly has rights for this area. It would be going against them, not against Egeth. So they must want something that Egeth has found or is bringing into the city, or doesn't want it to come into the city for some reason. It's something specifically to do with Lady Egeth's shipments.
I would say we just follow it and see what happens. We don't know enough to do
see
anything
what happens, because
I mean, Ranger, if you want me to make any other checks to any of this stuff, let me roll. Let me know if you want me to roll.
You guys are just talking. There's no checks needed.
I think I think let's see how this plays out first, and then we'll come to conclusions after.
Agreed.
All right.
So
You guys head to the docks. You see the same two guards. You see the same guards around. There's a ship. You guys get there. By the time you get there, you can see there's another ship in, and you can see stuff moving out toward the ship and stuff moving in. It's busy as always there. You guys ask for Traxlin, and you're escorted back inside. And again, you get there and you see Traxlin's at his desk, and he benches you and he's like, "Well, obviously, if you've come back, you've got more information for me, correct? So, have we solved our little problem?"
unfortunately, not yet.
Oh, God. Then what are you doing here? Go out there. Stop them. Find them. Kill them. Do whatever you do.
That's the plan, but we need to know when the shipment's getting ready to go out, so we can trail it and make sure the same thing doesn't happen to it that has happened to others.
He puts his fingers to his lips. He's like, "Oh." Normally we don't allow outsiders to see our operations.
You wouldn't need us to see all of it, just this
Can
one.
Okay. The gnome is gonna explode a little bit here. I can roll a persuasion or a intimidation or whatever you want.
Well, what are you trying
Basically,
to do?
the gnome's to convince him to tell us. The gnome is essentially going to go, "You know, we almost died for you, right? We're trying to figure this out, and somebody's trying to kill us, so we're trying to stop this so we don't die here, and I don't need to die for this, so you tell me right now where this is going to and when it's leaving, that way we can follow it and make sure that it doesn't happen anymore."
He looks at you like, "You're getting paid for this, aren't you?"
Not to die. I don't want to die, so tell us now.
Then why are
when
you an
it's leaving.
adventurer? Why are you even here? Can I talk to someone who
Because
does
you
afraid
don't
death?
die.
What do you mean you
tell
don't
me.
die? We're all going to
I'm
die.
still
What kind of
alive, and I
ridiculous
ain't
nonsense
dead yet.
rhetorical crap is this?
I ain't dead yet. Tell
Well-
us when it's leaving.
Make a, He's pissed off at you, Finn, so...
Oh, I know.
What do you
We
wanna
just
roll?
need to
Are
know
you trying to persuade
this-
him? Well, hold on. Are you trying to persuade him or intimidate him?
Little of both.
One or the other, Finn.
I'm more trying to persuade him to tell us.
Alright, roll persuasion with disadvantage because you pissed him off.
Okay.
Alright, roll again. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
He's like, "You make valid points, my little friend. But watch your tone. I'd hate to report back to the mistress that you're a douche."
I think she already knows that.
I think she already knows.
Yeah, I
He
think
already
she-
knows.
yeah, that's
Yeah, he
pretty much,
talks
yeah.
the plans in front of people, so
Alright, I can see the validity of your arguments, so, what do you propose?
We just need to know when the next shipment is leaving. We will follow it and make sure that nothing.
I want to know details of the plan. Don't sit there and give me generalities. I want to know. I will tell you where it is happening and at what time we are leaving out. It's just a smuggling operation. It's not rocket science.
So I hand him an item that I'm familiar with, and I say, I want this to be placed on the shipment so that I can follow it.
Interesting.
That is part one of the plan.
It would be, but we have several going out. I don't know if the one... You'd never know which one's going to be attacked.
Will we take that chance? At least that gives us one option. As I said, part one.
You can see him thinking about it. Well, nothing happens, nothing happens. Alright. I will tell you that... One, if this information leaves this room, I will personally, and I know the mistress will follow me on this, hire enough mercenary assassins to find you guys and kill you immediately. That being said...
What information?
That I'm about to tell you. So, the shipment...
You got to tell us information?
We're about to... Well,
I'm being sarcastic, by the way.
Do you want me to speak or you just want to talk out your ass? Shh. I can just escort you guys out, tell the mistress you suck, and then we can end our business now. Or would you like me to tell you how the operation works?
Tell us, please, Morgrim. Shh.
You hear McGarvin in the background smoking his pipe, just chuckling. He's like, nah, the way it works is this stuff is being brought in right now. Man, what will happen is tonight, underground here, passageways. We have our smugglers take the sewers, tunnels out of the city to their location. Some stuff goes back on the ship that we ship overseas. That doesn't need to be concerned you, that's not what's being attacked.
How is this? Is any of the shipment being escorted by any type of animals, like horses or
usually
oxen
just
or
a couple
anything?
of trusted hired men that we take out these specific items, and they go less people, less visibility, right? Usually in groups of 2 to 3.
How many shipments are planned to go out?
Tonight we have 4. I can say that I will put your item with the most expensive ones. It's going to be a target. Usually that's kind of been the trend. Typically. Mostly. One was not, but that was weird.
But do they usually get taken in the sewers, or is it usually after it exits exits the city?
It's usually in the sewers. Although
I'm making an insight check on what he's saying.
22. So with that, Corinth, you get a sense that he's telling the truth, but he's also holding back stuff. He's not telling you everything. Like everything he's telling you makes sense. You get some deception here, but you don't know if it's because he doesn't want to reveal the whole operation. You can't tell for sure what he's lying about or what he's holding back on. It could be from your sense, from the insights you get, he's very guarded. What he's revealing is more than he wants to, and what he's revealing, he's kind of, he's very uncomfortable about telling you this, but he doesn't see any other option. You get a sense of like he's a little nervous about something, but everything he's saying is not the whole story. So, but you can't discern whether it's him not revealing everything to you or everything, or you haven't asked the right questions, or he's just holding back as much as he can because he does not know how the mistress would react to him telling you this stuff right now. And that's where you're going to get the sense of dread.
Okay.
Alright, so he continues on. Usually, half have been in the sewers, tunnels. Half have been outside, along the path. Typically, I would say most of it's once he gets outside the city. We only had a couple that have been attacked while then, but we do different routes, and it hasn't happened since. But since then, they've gone outside, and, well, there you go. If you want, I will put it in our most expensive shipments, and that should be an enticing target for whoever's doing this. Chaylan bastards.
I think what we should do is let that one go by itself, since you can track it. It doesn't really need us shadowing it, and we shadow another one of the expensive shipments. That way we can cover 2 instead of just 1.
What's the point of tracking it so you can find it? Doesn't that spell only have its limited range?
Yeah, it's limited range, but at least it's something. Like he said, we'll have to follow that one a couple thousand feet behind, basically. But
we have to follow the one that's being tracked.
Yeah, as I get closer to it, I can re-grasp it again if it leaves my area, and then
so
I
the
get
plan
closer.
is you're going to follow behind the one we mark and follow behind it in a safe distance, see if anything happens.
Correct.
I think that's the smartest thing you guys have ever said. Thought you guys were all a bunch of idiots. Most adventurers are. But that might work. If they attack it, you guys can react fast to it.
That's the plan, at least.
Alright. So, be here tonight. Got a few hours to kill. Go to something to eat. Come back here. And I will have the stuff ready to go and let you know when it's leaving. As soon as I do, you're on your own. Track it. Find out find these straight line bastards. Kill them. Stop this. Anything else?
You got it.
Are you sure that there isn't anything that we should check on today that you are concerned most about that might be something to do with the shipment?
No.
As you said, we do have a few hours to kill.
I don't care what you do. Go play chess.
Okay.
Now, what item did you want to put in there? It looks at you, Belron.
I'll just take one of my books about Kamir.
I've read this one. It's good. It's good. He kind of looks at you a little bit like, man, a book guy. Okay, say.
All right.
Like, very good. He puts it in there, and you now know you will now be able to track that. All right, be back here in a couple of hours, just right after sunset. This when we'll begin our campaign of trying to track these little bastards down and kill them all.
All right.
Great.
All right.
I want to go back to Temple Lyra.
All right. You want to go back?
We have enough time, right?
Yeah, you guys have enough time to go back just when you come back.
Okay. And I'm also going to tell Morgrim. Morgrim, I think I'm going to need that sword.
Okay.
Do you give him the sword?
Yeah.
All right. So
Be careful. Don't cut yourself.
I know. Okay. And I don't know if anyone else is coming with me back to Temple Lyra.
Yeah.
I'll go with them.
Figure we all go.
Yeah, I'll go back to the temple. And you guys get something to eat. You guys want to make any other plans or anything before you head back? Or are you just going back there to eat?
I'm going back to eat, and then also to leave Faerun with Denton.
Denton looks at you strange, like, why am I taking this plant? But doesn't question it. Do you want to talk to him at all or anything?
No, just keep him safe.
All right.
And I kind of pat some of his top leaves and then let him go.
All right. So he says that it'll be well guarded and he'll put in his personal study and near a window and make sure that if anything happens, he'll make sure that it has a place of honor in the gardens. And you guys have seen the gardens. They're beautiful gardens. Like the temple complex, there's a center of the temple where like a fountain and beautiful flowers and things are in this temple. It's open, so sunlight gets in. It's very, very nice. But you expect that from a temple there.
Yusuf, if we gave a donation to the temple, could they provide us with some blessings if we had located the people that might have attacked us in the temple?
I'm sure they could, free of charge even.
What are you looking for there, Balron?
I was looking for some blessings from the temple. That was all, to help with we say we've got a lead on what happened and we're trying to track it down kind of thing. Just a blessing from the church. That's what I was going for.
What specifically are you looking for? What kind of blessing?
Something that would make us more alert and attentive, possibly.
Alright, let me look it up here real quick.
Real quick, Ranger, I'm going to have to bail here in about like 15 minutes.
Oh, well, we can stop before then.
I do have various spells that can probably help out with that. They're just something I'll want to cast closer to when we actually do something.
Sure. Let me find if I can. I know where, I gotta find it real quick. See what Denton can do for you. Blessings. There's a whole bunch of them, so I gotta see what he's able to do.
Aid would work.
We'll see what he can do. This is Lyra. So Denton decides, he's like, yes, I can do something for you. He takes you into the main temple cathedral area of Lyra. Beautifully described, or beautiful temple. You see there's a beautiful picture, a statue of Lyra in the center place. There's people in there praying and stuff like that, being attended to and stuff. The pews are very nice. They're very plush, carpeted. Everything's very nice in here. As you sit in front of him, he does a blessing. You see him doing a spell. You see the radiant light come over him, and he basically gives you a blessing of protection. And for the night, you will have a +1 to your AC and your saving throws.
It's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. The least I can do after what happened the other night. But please be safe. These seem like dark tidings, and I'd hate to see for anything happen to you guys. Alright, so you've achieved your blessing. Anything else you want to do before you head back to the docks?
Nothing I can really think of.
Alright.
But Faerun, tell us a little bit more about how your track works.
Okay. I can follow an object that's 1,000 feet from me, and I can know if it's on the move. And when I get within 1,000 feet of it, I can sense it again and follow its motion. So, we've got about 1,000 feet if this is really going to work.
Yeah, it's a pretty long distance spell, so you're able to track it. It shouldn't be a problem.
And what exactly? You're just tracking it, right?
Yeah, he knows the location of it the whole time.
Yeah, and I can follow and sense if it's moving, what direction it's kind of heading towards.
So we mainly need to know if it stops, because we can assume that they're going to continue it until it gets to its final destination, right?
Well, they said it was usually intercepted.
Right, so we'd assume that if it was intercepted, there was probably going to be a battle, and at some point, your track is going to say that it's in one position.
Yes.
So
or abruptly change directions.
Right. So those will be our triggers. If for some reason it changes directions, and then we can assume it's an inside job, or it's
or stops for too long. I said, or it stopped for way too long.
Right. Okay, so we have our triggers in order to do it, and then I think Morgrim and McCarbin, you guys should stay in front, and if anything happens, Faerun can give you guys the trigger in order to go closer, and then we can slowly follow behind you, but you guys can let us know what's happening so we can not just jump into something without knowing what's going on first. So you guys can be our eyes in case anything goes on.
All right.
That sounds like a plan.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys head back to the docks, and plan laid in tow. You guys get to the docks. You are you're escorted in. You see Trailex and some guards there. They take you to another room. It looks like another building like him, but it's in the other side. You go in, looks like a storage area. You see him move a piece of carpet, and one of the guards lifts up and looks like it's a trap door, and you guys are led underground. When you do, you see that there is a couple of guys there and backpacks and stuff. Looks like it's small backpacks, but traveler's gear. They're dressed in gray and black, and they just acknowledge you. They just give you a nod, like acknowledging. And Traxton comes in. He's like, "All right, you two, do what you normally do. Take the same route that you've taken before. These guys will follow behind you. If anything happens, they'll be there to stop it. If not, then continue on and continue to the destination and do your transactions." They just each nod. All right, you guys are up. You guys do what you need to do, but end this this nonsense.
Okay.
And that's where we're gonna stop.
Next time on
The Search for the Truth. All right. So, it's not the X-Files, you knuckleheads. So, we will be back here next Sunday, same time, same channel. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave comments, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the D&D campaign. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, give us a thumbs up. It really does help support us. And check out our Patreon if you like the content that we're putting out just in general. It really does help keep the channel going and helps us to keep putting out the content that you enjoy like this. So on behalf of myself and the wonderful cast, thank you for joining us for our D&D run of Faerun. And we will see you next Sunday where we continue the adventures of the merry band of numbskulls as they try to figure out what is going on in Cormyr. Take care, and we'll see you later.